Hello and welcome to the Trading with WebRDD YouTube channel. So same as every day, we are going to analyze the gold markets according to the USD dollars actions today. Okay, first of all, I'm going to check what happened in yesterday's market. Okay, you can see the price touched twice yesterday in our first buy zone. The price was acting perfectly in our first buy zone, which I mentioned yesterday. But yesterday, I did not enter any trade because there were no confirmations to enter the market. And this is a very good example to show you how uh, um, uh, not to enter the market if you can't find any confirmations. That's a very good example because I already showed um, how to enter the market and how I get profit with confirmations. But yesterday, I did not get any confirmations to enter the market. Therefore, I did not enter the market. Even though you can see there is a big upward movement, you can see there are not many big bullish candles. And as a result, I couldn't find any confirmations in 15-minute candles to enter the market. I would like to show you that step by step. The first time when the price touched before starting the London session, I was on the 15-minute chart. You can see there were two fair value gaps created. One is around the 4130 area. That is the first fair value gap. Another fair value gap was created, but that is not a valid fair value gap because when you find another fair value gap below that in a bullish market, you can't enter the order. Because it is very risky. You can see clearly if you entered the market at that time, you would get a loss because the price showed some pullback and immediately came down. Therefore, don't enter the market when you see two fair value gaps. A lot of people make that mistake, immediately entering the market by buying when the price is filling the top fair value gap in a bullish market. After that, the price immediately came down and you would hit your stop loss. That is the first thing you need to avoid. The second time, you can see the price came down, and if you need to enter the market, if the fair value gap touches with this kind of candle, okay, if you can see this kind of bullish candle, then you can enter the market perfectly with the top of the line. But in that case, you can see the price did not touch with the wick, and the fair value gap was closed with the body of the bearish candle. That happens when the sellers are active in that situation. Okay, if the price is in a bullish trend, then buyers are in control. You can't see this kind of candle. If you see this kind of candle, that means sellers are in control and the fair value gap is not valid. When you see this kind of candle, then we can't use that anymore to enter the market, and we have to restart our process. Therefore, this part is invalid for us to enter the market. Okay. After that, you can see another chance to enter the market because the price came down and created a perfect pullback. Another time, you can see a perfect pullback with that 1 hour bullish candle. After that, I came to the 15-minute candle chart, and you can see there was no fair value gap to enter in this area. Okay, we can't see any fair value gap or immediate trend to enter the market. That means there were no big companies entering the market at that time. If you can see any big company orders, then you should see some imbalance in the market because of those rapid movements. Until that bullish candle was created in the 15-minute chart, we couldn't see any fair value gap. That means that is not a good place to enter the market, even though the price was going up. That is not a good uptrend and not a good market to enter as a buyer, okay? That is a very good example of how to avoid entering a trade if you can't see good confirmations. Even though the price is going upward, you may think you missed opportunities. No, you did not miss opportunities because you can see if you entered the market at that time, you would get a loss. Sometimes the price could come down again, and if you entered at that time, you would get a loss. Okay, that is not a good time to enter the market. Okay, now I'm going to draw our new setups according to today's market. First, I'm going to the 4-hour chart to draw our support and resistance. Before I draw the support and resistance, I delete our old buy zones. Okay, and also I hide the EMA lines. You can see there are two price pullbacks, and I would like to draw the 4167 area as our resistance and the 4106 area as our support. These are the two new support and resistance lines, our statistical lines. Okay, we will use both statistical and dynamic lines to enter the market. Okay, you can see there is some breakout, but we have to wait to see whether this is a market. Correct breakout. Wait for about 1.5 hours. Okay, sometimes it could be a liquidity grab. Now, I am going to draw the buy and sell zones. Even though this is a bullish market, I would to draw a sell zone, if available, because sell zones can act as buy zones if you can see a breakout. Okay, my first buy zone is around the 4150 area candle in the 4-hour chart. I would like to readjust it using the 1-hour chart later. Okay, this is my first buy zone. Also, you can see there's a rapid upward movement in that area. Therefore, I would like to draw my second buy zone around that bullish wick. Okay, this is our second buy zone area. I am not interested in drawing any more buy zones below that because the market is in a big hurry to go up. Okay, also we can see one sell zone around the top of the channel, which was at the 4180 area. That is our only sell zone, and the price is now touching around that area. Okay, that could be a major zone for us today to enter the market. That 4-hour candle ends at or above that channel, then we can use that as a buy zone to enter the market after a 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, these are the three zones I can find in today's market. Now I'm going to the 1-hour chart to refine those areas. Okay, I will keep that area the same as our sell zone, and I would like to adjust the first buy zone to that 1-hour bearish candle. Okay, you can see the bearish candles around that. Okay, that is a little bit big for me. Therefore, I would like to adjust that according to the bottom area. Also, I will keep the second buy zone the same as what we drew. Okay, these are the three zones I can find today. After that, I would like to draw the best possible setups that we can expect in today's market. My first setup is currently forming. You can see the sell zone is breaking up, and we can expect the price to go further up and come back to retest that sell zone. If we can find any 15-minute fair value gap, then we can enter the market after creating a bullish wick or bullish candle. Okay. Then your first take profit could be around that pullback area, and your second take profit can be around the Fibonacci retracement level. Also, you can exit the market by confirming the 15-minute 20 EMA cross. Okay, that's very important. If you find any crossover or a bearish candle closing below the 15-minute 20 EMA, then you can exit the market. Okay, this is our first setup. The second setup could be if the price comes down and retests our first buy zone, then you can enter the market as a buyer in the 15-minute fair value gap. At that time, we may see some liquidity grab below the 20 EMA. That is a very, very good confirmation. Okay. And our third setup could be around that second buy-in, which is near the 4105 statistical support line created today. If the price comes down and grabs the liquidity below the 50 EMA, you can enter the market with the 15-minute fair value gap. Your first take profit will be around the 4140 area, and the second take profit will be around the 4170 area. These are the three buy setups. Also, I would like to show you that in the third setup, the price is matching with the 4-hour chart 20 EMA. Therefore, this is a very good setup. When you see these kinds of setups, don't exit the market immediately, even though you can see a big profit, because these kinds of setups can take weeks to give a big profit. Okay, therefore, you have to be patient with this kind of setup. If you see a big pullback like this, okay, these are the three setups we can expect today. Please enter the market only after you see good confirmations, even when you see these kinds of setups. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you find any value in these videos, please subscribe, share, and leave some comments about your ideas. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.